Teenage Mutant Turtles are coming to Magic the Gathering, and we just got our first look at the brand new cards coming next year in March. Wizards of the Coast just previewed the first batch of cards over at New York Comic Con, and now we know we're getting a standard set, a single commander deck, and also a new way of playing multiplayer co-op. It's called Turtle Team Up. We don't know the details yet, but we know that the box comes with 4 theme decks and 1 enemy deck. So it's co-op play. You're going to be playing the theme decks against the enemy deck. There's also various products to collect. There's the typical play boosters, collector boosters, but then there's also bundles and a special pizza bundle, which is like a collection of play boosters, collector boosters, and some like special exclusive pizza themed cards. So in this video, we're going to check out the brand new cards that are not standard legal. We're going to be checking out the brand new commander cards they showcased and also the new cards from the Turtle Team Up co-op set. And if you want to see these standard set previews, then Seth has got you covered on the main channel. I'll have a link to that in the video description. And as always, you can find all the card images over at mtgpreviews.com. So first, let's look at the Commander Precon. We know that's a 5-color deck, and we're only getting 1 Precon this time, and it's focused on the Ninja Turtles. The face commander of the deck is Leonardo the Balance. This is a white creature. However, it has a Wooburg activated ability, which makes it a 5-color commander according to the color identity rules. It also has partner character select. You can have 2 commanders if both have this ability. We're going to find all 4 Ninja Turtles in the deck are going to have this ability, so you can always partner Leonardo with another Ninja Turtle in the command zone. However, Leonardo is the only one that has more than 1 color identity. He's the only 5-color one in the set. All 3 other Ninja Turtles are just single colors. So since this is a 5-color Precon deck, you have to have Leonardo in the command zone if you want to utilize the partner mechanic. But he can go with any other partner as well in the command zone because he's 5 colors by himself. Anyway, the card itself is a 4-mana white, 3/3 legendary creature Mutant Ninja Turtle. Whenever a token you control enters, you may put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Do this only once each turn. And you can pay Wooburg. Creatures you control gain Menace, Trample, and Lifelink until end of turn. So Leonardo's abilities immediately tell you what this deck is all about. It's all about creating tokens and putting +1/+1 counters on our creatures. So we're going to be seeing a lot of cards that are either going to be making tokens, putting counters on things, or giving you payoffs for making tokens or putting counters on things. So Leonardo's contribution to the game early and mid game is providing +1/+1 counters on all your creatures, growing them. And then late game, you can use that activated ability as a sweet anthem to start killing people and also gaining a bunch of life so you don't die on the crackback. So Leonardo's kind of sweet all by himself, but the fact that he also comes with a partner makes him actually, I would say, quite powerful, I would say. I think even if you ignored the partner ability here, I think just as a face commander that is Wooburg, he's already pretty decent, but the fact that he comes with a partner means he can be potentially very, very strong. So let's check out the other 3 Ninja Turtles. We got Michelangelo the Heart. This is a 2-mana green legendary creature Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's a 2/1. It has Trample, and it has Raid the Fridge. At the beginning of your second main phase, if you attack this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature and create a food token. And again, it also has partner character select. I think this is going to be the most common pairing with Leonardo in the command zones. Leonardo offers the 5 colors, so you can put all your Ninja Turtles in the deck, while Michelangelo is a very consistent early game 2-drop. You're just going to have him available to cast on turn 2, basically every single game, unless you want to delay him for whatever reason. And he immediately starts generating some value, right? Like his raid trigger doesn't even require him attacking. You just need to be attacking in general. You get a +1/+1 counter and you create a food token, which is just the thing that the deck is all about, right? It's all about tokens and it's all about +1/+1 counters. And Michelangelo provides both just by attacking. So he's early value engine. He's doing exactly what the deck wants to be doing. So I think he's like the no-brainer pairing with Leonardo in the command zone. The next one is Donatello the Brains. It's a 3-mana blue legendary creature Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's a 2/4. And if 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, Those tokens plus a mutagen token are created instead, and it also has partner character select. So mutagen is a brand new type of token coming with the set. It's just a artifact token that you can pay 1 mana, sacrifice it, target creature gets +1/+1 counter. You can only activate at sorcery speed. So the mutagen token is doing, again, exactly what the deck is wanting to do. It's a token, so you're making a token, and then the token puts +1/+1 counters on things, which ties in the themes, again, very easily. So Donatello, again, is just doing what the deck wants to be doing. Obviously, it's more focused on token generation. It's a payoff for it. So I think he's not as good in the command zone as the previous one, which I already forgot his name, Michelangelo, just because you typically want to have your token producers before you start worrying about the token payoffs, because the token payoffs don't do anything without any token producers, whereas the token producers still do something, even if you don't have any good token payoffs yet. But yeah, it's still also good in the command zone, I guess. The next one is Raphael the Muscle. This is a 5-mana red legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's a 4/4 and has double all damage that creatures you control with counters on them would deal. And when Raphael enters, you create a mutagen token, partner character select. So this is just kind of like the finisher of the deck. It costs more mana than the other ones, but boy howdy, doubling damage one-sided is really, really powerful. It's a great way to end the game. So yeah, really, really powerful ability, but I think this is a card that is better in the 99 than the command zone, just because it costs more mana, and it's more of an effect that you get more mileage out of it in the late game rather than the early game. So we covered all the 4 Ninja Turtles, and then we have the Mentor, Splinter the Mentor. It's a 2-mana black, legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Rat. It's a 2/2 with Menace, and whenever it or another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, create a mutagen token, and it also has partners. So you could have 2 Ninja Turtles in the command zone with partner, but you can also partner them with Splinter instead. You can have Leonardo and Splinter leading this precon instead. And Splinter's a little bit different than the other ones. The other ones are very focused on, growing your creatures with +1/+1 counters, whereas Splinter wants those creatures to leave the battlefield to get your tokens instead. So because he's a ninja, he is obviously a nod towards ninjutsu, which is a way of having your creatures leave the battlefield without them necessarily dying. And also, there's going to be a new mechanic that we're going to be looking at really soon called Sneak, coming in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And it is basically just a new version, a new riff, a variant on ninjutsu. It's like ninjutsu, but what if it worked on everything, not just creatures that are have attacked. So this is a little bit different from the other Ninja Turtles. We're going to see how much sneak and ninjutsu support there is in the 99. But generally speaking, I would expect Splinter to be the least popular pairing in the command zone for the precon, at least. And then we've got one more legendary creature that can be the commander of the deck outside of Leonardo plus a partner. It is Heroes in a Half Shell. It's a 5-mana Wooburg legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's a 5/5. It has Vigilance, Menace, Trample, Haste. And whenever one or more mutants, ninjas, and or turtles you control deal combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures and draw a card. So this is a very simple and straightforward commander, right? It's just a 5-mana 5/5, can immediately swing in, probably is going to hit somebody, draw you a card, turn into a 6/6, and is a good blocker. And that's kind of the floor of this card, which is already quite high. So it's got a good power floor. And then the power ceiling is you attack with a bunch of mutants, ninjas, and or turtles. You hit all 3 of your opponents, assuming a 4-player game. You're going to draw 3 cards, 1 per opponent, and you're going to put a +1/+1 counter on each of the creatures that dealt combat damage to a player. So it's a lot of value. I would say its power ceiling is much lower than Leonardo plus another partner creature in the command zone, just because there's more token payoffs, more silliness you could do with tokens, explosiveness, I would say, with the partner pairings. But this one has the highest power floor because At the very minimum, it's a 5-mana 5/5 that immediately swings in, does damage, has a whole bunch of keywords, and draws you a card and grows itself, right? That's the power floor of this thing. Whereas the other one, you have to have tokens, you have to be doing a whole bunch of stuff. This one is its own engine, really. So yeah, I think this card is really good. I would say it's a fine leader in the command zone for this deck too. I would imagine, though, Leonardo plus another partner, the green one, I think, is going to be the best power-wise leading the deck. But this one is also just very, very good on its own too. So in terms of what I expect the deck to be doing, obviously it has a token theme going on. It's making mutagen tokens. It's probably going to have cards that care about making tokens in various ways. And maybe it will have reprints of cards like Jaheira, probably not Jaheira because it's a named character from a different IP, but maybe like a Caretaker's Talent, probably not Adrix and Nev, but these are the type of cards you can just add to the deck if you're like trying to optimize it in a token route. And if you're going for a ninja route, which probably is not going to be as well supported in the deck, I assume, just because most of the ninjas, the Ninja Turtles, don't care about it. It's only the black rats, I forget his name. The ninjutsu one, the one leave the battlefield, make mutagens. That one, the rat guy, he cares about them. So, but if you do want to turn it into like a 5-color ninjutsu deck, you can take a peek at the standard set, which has sneak cards like Raphael's technique. Sneak, like I said, is a new mechanic. It says you may cast a spell for its sneak cost if you also return an unblocked attacker you control to hand during the declare blocker's step. It's very close to ninjutsu. If you can see, like Silver for Master has ninjutsu, and you can compare the two wordings. The main difference is that for ninjutsu, you can only ninjutsu in a creature pretty much because the creature that you're putting in is tapped and attacking, and like non-creatures can't do that. It's also, you can do it after damage has been dealt while still in combat, which is, it's a little bit funky. Most people don't even know that's something you can do, but you can actually ninjutsu after dealing damage before combat is over, which is weird, but it works. Whereas sneak, you cast the spell, so it's not tied to just having creatures entering, and you also have to do it. You have to return an unblocked attacker you control to hand during the declare blocker step. So you have to do it before damage is actually dealt. You can't like deal damage and then while combat is still happening, then you sneak something in. No. You have to do it before damage is actually happening, and it's more open-ended. Obviously, like Raphael's technique, it's sneaking an instant into play, which is something ninjutsu could not do. So that's really cool. So anyway, that's the difference between the two. If you want to go 5-color ninjutsu sneakiness, you absolutely can do it with the rat guy. You're running stuff like Satoru the Infiltrator, and you go like 5-color ninjutsu, 5-color sneak, that sort of things. You can also go like +1/+1 counters, focus on that stuff too, or try to merge more of tokens and +1/+1 counters, which is what the precon is mostly focused on. Anyway, that's how you can optimize the deck and what you're going to be looking forward to in the deck's contents, I guess. Anyway, let's look at the rest of the cards. So those are all the cards in the Commander precon that have been previewed so far, just the base commanders, really. But we also got to see some of the cards in the co-op game, which the name is eluding me, but Editor Me will have the box show up on the screen right now. Anyway, those cards, it's going to be 4 decks, 4 pre-made decks. You take the pre-made decks and you play them against one like arch enemy boss bad guy deck, and it's a co-op thing. I don't know how many players it is, but you have 4 decks, so it's probably going to be up to 4 players against this enemy deck, and the enemy deck is going to be something that the table can run together. It's probably going to play like Arch Enemy or something like that. And yeah, they come with brand new cards too. Some of them are going to be in the precon ? I'm not quite sure. My editor told me that they're going to be in the precon, I think, some of them, but we don't know which ones. But anyway, we'll look at them, the new ones. They're also like lower powered, by the way. That's the last disclaimer. They're all lower powered because they're kind of like welcome deck cards, you know? They're welcome deck cards. They're made for like this little co-op sub-game thingy. And they're not meant to be particularly powerful. Anyway, okay, that's the last disclaimer out of the way. Let's look at the card. Leonardo Worldly Warrior. It's 8 mana, white. Legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's a 5/5, and this spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control and has double strike. So it can cost as much as 8 mana if you don't have any creatures on the battlefield, but if you have a full board, it can cost as little as 1 mana, which is quite nice for a 5/5 double striker. The next new card is Donatello, Rad Scientist. It's a 6 mana blue legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's a 5/6 with vigilance, and when it enters, tap up to 3 target creatures your opponents control, put a stun counter on each of them. This card kind of has like Frost Titan vibes to it, that ETB stunning a whole bunch of things. It's only creatures, but it's pretty cool if you blink it, I guess. 6 mana is a lot though. Then we got the red one, Raphael, Tag Team Tough. It's 6 mana red, legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's a 5/6 with menace, and whenever Raphael deals combat damage to a player for the first time each turn, untap all attacking creatures. After this combat phase, there's an additional combat phase. So there's an extra combat on a creature, which is always quite nice. It's 6 mana, which is a lot. It doesn't have haste, which is also kind of important. And it also has to deal combat damage, not just attack. So a lot of hoops to go through, making it a little bit worse than other extra combat creatures. But you know what? I have a Perforos sneak attack deck. I would still run this card, honestly, because any creature with an extra combat attached to it, no matter how sus it is going to be amazing if you cheat it out into play for 3 mana instead of whatever it costs and give it haste when it doesn't have haste. So yeah, pretty cool. And then we got Michelangelo on the scene. It's a 6 mana green legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's a 2/2 with trample, and it enters with a +1/+1 counter on him for each land you control. Quite nice. And then when it dies, return this card to your hand. So this is great for like just a big old green ramp deck. You cast it for whatever, it becomes an 8/8 or something, and when it dies, it goes back to your hand. You just play it again, and eventually your opponent or the arch enemy deck or whatever runs out of removal for it, and then Michelangelo does his thing. He styles on those fools. So it's a cool design. I like it. And we also got Donnie and April, a Dorkable Duo. It's a 5 mana blue legendary creature, Mutant Ninja Turtle human. It's a 3/3, and when they enter, choose one or both. Each mode must target a different player. So target player draws 2 cards, and target player returns an artifact, instant, or sorcery card from the graveyard to their hand. So this is a cool card in a co-op deck, obviously, because you're going to benefit from a mode, but then one of your friends, one of your allies are also going to benefit from one of the modes too. And even if you use it in a free-for-all game, like a commander game, you can use this politically, obviously. You can have this ETB, you can draw 2 cards and then help somebody get a board wipe if they promise to board wipe the table when they get it, and sort of stuff like that, like a Skullwinder effect. And then we've got the bosses. These are cards from the boss deck. We don't know how the boss deck works, but they're all, I assume, bad guys from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm gonna give a wild guess. I know who Shredder is, so that's cool. And there's more too, apparently. So yeah. So that's all we got for previews. We got the face commanders of the commander precons. We got some extra stuff from the co-op game that, again, the name eludes me. Yeah. Overall, the cards look pretty okay. I know people are already excited for Leonardo in CEDH because this is the first time we have partners that can be 5-color in CEDH instead of just 4-color pairings. And it doesn't hurt that, like Leonardo plus the green one, I guess, is going to be, probably strong, I assume. Maybe there's combo potential with some of the other Ninja Turtles too. Who knows? But yeah, that's it for now, everybody. Let me know what you think about Teenage Mutant Turtles. I don't know anything about the franchise. I mean, I played the arcade when I was little. The arcade beat 'em up game. That was really, really fun. And I have vague memories of like watching, there was an 80s movie live action and Vanilla Ice was in it. And he sang the ninja rap. So maybe we'll get Vanilla Ice as a Magic card. I don't know. Whatever. Let me know in the comment section what the ninja rap card is going to do in Commander. All right, that's all I got for now. Until next time, friends. See ya.